Hello. Okay, hang on a minute because I have to get to the right live here. Let me see here. Got my live stream. Okay, whoopsie. I'm sorry that we changed our auction date till tomorrow because I'm going to explain some things that are going on here that are causing me a little bit of stress, and that's the Taylor Swift cancellations. I'm going to talk about that in just a second here. So, a lot of you may know that my daughter went to Europe for the Taylor Swift concert. She had it scheduled so far back. And let me put this other graphic on here because we're not talking about Gypsy. We're not talking about you right now, girl. Okay, hold on a second. Download. So here's my Here we go. So she's been calling and sharing, she had this in Berlin, her room there. Everything is so clean. I would say it's so clean. And it's like a lot of tile and a lot of like glass. And so this room she had in Berlin, it actually looked like she was sleeping in this like huge bathroom, the way everything was. But it was this big, giant, like pedestal. And it looked like there would be like a garden tub in the inside. And it looked, I said, gosh, is that like a platform like on the garden tub and there's a mattress there? And then it had these huge windows. And then it was all like very modern. And then this big shower that was like right next to the bed. It was crazy. But it was so she was showing us that. And then the train ride to Vienna, and then the apartment that they're staying in Vienna, which is another, place is really, really nice, very clean, modernistic, all of that. And then she calls me right back and she goes, "Hey, Mom, did you hear that the Taylor Swift concert's..." Oh, because I said to her, when are you going to the concert? And she said, "Tomorrow." Well, okay, great. Then she calls me back and says, "Hey, Mom, did you hear that all the Taylor Swift concerts are canceled?" Now, I had thought about this, I guess, when they had that stabbing with the Taylor Swift dance-themed, event in the UK. I kind of thought, well, are they going to cancel something? Okay, it's not our concert. I thought of it like way before because my daughter had these tickets for ages. In fact, you wouldn't believe that when she was up here, 2 weeks ago, she said, "Mom, the tickets I have for Taylor Swift, they're going for like," it was thousands of dollars. She could have sold the tickets for thousands of dollars, she said, but she, she had all her travel plans and was going to be doing other stuff. So she says to me, "Did you know, Mom, that they canceled all the concerts?" And I said, "Oh my gosh, what's going on?" And she said, well, it was some kind of alleged terrorist threat. And then I started doing some research on it. Started making me really nervous because they have 2 people in custody. But then I'm like, well, why would they then cancel the 3 concerts? Like, there's something else going on. What's going on there? So it's had me a little bit unnerved. And, she says she's going to continue and still have a good time and sightsee and just stuff like that. But unsettling a lot of the stuff that's going around, because in the UK, and we were watching stuff that was going on, they're having a lot of unrest. And she is supposed to be, she meaning Taylor Swift, what did we say her next concerts were going to be back in the UK? Is that what we said? Let's take a look and see if there's any more news about that before we go on to Gypsy. This is a little more pertinent to my life right now. Okay, so the Vienna concerts are canceled after terror plot arrests. So the organizers of 3 Taylor Swift concerts in Vienna called them off on Wednesday after officials announced arrests over an apparent plot to attack an event in the Vienna area, such as the concerts. Taylor was scheduled to play at the Austrian capital's Ernst Happel Stadium on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as part of her Eras tour. Event organizer, who is Barracuda Music, put a post on Instagram late Wednesday that said, and I quote, "We have no choice but to cancel the 3 scheduled shows for everyone's safety." It cited government officials' confirmation of a planned attack at the stadium. So, I mean, that is, gosh, can you imagine that? Oh, if they hadn't caught that. Earlier Wednesday, authorities say they had arrested 2 suspected extremists, one of whom appears to be planning an attack on an event in the Vienna area, such as the upcoming concerts. It was a 19-year-old man. He was arrested in Turnitz, south of Vienna, and the second person in the Austrian capital. Franz Ruff, the public security director at Austria's Interior Ministry, said authorities were aware of the preparatory actions for a possible attack and also that there is a focus by the 19-year-old perpetrator on the Taylor Swift concerts in Vienna. Ruff said the 19-year-old had pledged an oath of allegiance to the Islamic State group. The Austrian citizen is believed to have become radicalized on the internet, and Ruff said that chemical substances were secured and were being evaluated, but didn't give any more details. Cancellation came hours after authorities said security measures for the Taylor Swift concerts would be stepped up. Ruff said that there would be special focus, among other things, on entry checks, and concert goers should plan a bit more time. The Vienna police chief, Gerard Perstel, said at the same time, while any concrete danger had been minimized, an abstract risk justified raising security. The Austrian Chancellor Karl Nehammer said in a post on Twitter, X, formerly Twitter, that the cancellation of Taylor Swift concerts by the organizers is a bitter disappointment for all fans in Austria. He said, and I quote, "The situation surrounding the apparently planned terror attack in Vienna was very serious. But thanks to intensive cooperation between police, Austrian and foreign intelligence, the threat could be recognized early on, tackled, and a tragedy prevented." Barracuda Music said that all tickets will be automatically refunded within the next 10 business days. The same wording was posted under the Vienna dates on Taylor Swift's official website. The Vienna Stadium had been sold out for the planned concerts, with an estimated 170,000 fans expected for the concerts in Austria. Taylor Swift fans took to social media to express their devastation at missing out on one of the superstar shows. Some who posted on X lamented months of now wasted efforts to make friendship bracelets and pick out fashionable outfits for the performance. A journalist, Anna Marie Timmons, who traveled from the United States for Thursday's show, said she and her husband were waiting for the subway after dinner when they heard the news. And she said, and I quote, "I can't believe it. There was a girl with her mom who looked so sad, even more than me. I gave her one of my bracelets. I wanted to hug her." In 2017, an attack at an Ariana Grande concert in Manchester, England, killed 22 people. Suicide bomber Salman Abedi set up a knapsack bomb in Manchester Arena at the end of Grande's concert as thousands of young fans were leaving. More than 100 people were injured. Abadi died in the explosion. An official inquiry reported last year that Britain's domestic intelligence agency M15 didn't act swiftly enough on key information, and they missed a significant opportunity to prevent that bombing, the deadliest extremist attack in the UK in recent years. Okay, let's take a look at what they're saying on Twitter, because look at all these people that bought tickets and, not just to the concert, but traveled, to Vienna. Crazy, right? Okay, let's see what the Swifties are saying. Okay, so let's look over here. So, where are our little replies? Alright, so this is very horrible. I hate it when the fans who wanted to see her, but I'm grateful Taylor did everything she could to keep her fans safe. Majority of her fans support, let me see, propaganda. They simply wanted, oh my gosh, there's a lot of crazy stuff here. I don't know. This is not her fans. This is a lot of... Wow. This stuff is not good here. Whatever this is posted here, it's really getting very... I don't know who posted that. Let's see if we can get to a normal post. She was... Where was she? Concerts in Vienna are canceled, but at least I can say she was 3 meters in front of me, said someone. So she is in Vienna. So wondering, okay. Let me see. I'm not seeing many real fans here. I'm seeing a lot of really defamatory comments here. Okay, let's check this one out. Let's see, Taylor Swift concert. Yeah. What a nightmare. Everyone say safe. Have someone said I waited a year for this. I can't believe it. Let's see. Some people think it was a joke, but it's not, right? Okay. Yeah, some people thought it was a joke, I guess. I don't know. I'm not seeing much on Twitter of any anything worth talking about here. So let me get back to the Taylor Swift Kim. Sorry. Okay, hello there. Hi, everybody. Hi, Alicia Cruz. Hi, Rough and Ready, Rosalita, Linda, Painted Black, Snow Remover, Margot. Let me get over here and get this on live chat. Okay, so hi, everybody. Let me see what you're saying about this stuff here. Oliver, did I get you? Margot, Truth Time. Hey, Truth Time. Yeah, you got it, Truth Time. We're going to talk about that. That Rod said Lifetime's paying for it, right? Yeah, Lifetime's paying for it. Paychecks there, gravy trains there. I've been looking for you, Truth Time. I've been looking for you the last 2 nights. I haven't seen you in there. Hey, BB Diamond, there you are again. I didn't see you in our last 2 live streams. Maybe I missed you, but we had a lot going on with Gypsy Rose. Bummer and scary, but life is more important. Yeah, absolutely. But my daughter's over there, Rosalita, so I'm a little, crazy, right? Okay. All right, so many lost hotel airfare monies. Yeah. All right, let's talk about this Gypsy Rose here, okay? Because first off, Rod Blanchard has been making the social media circuit rounds, okay? He's been on the few, I think. I don't know whether they were TikToks or whatever they are. I heard a little bit about him today. He was speaking with somebody. I think her name might have been like Ivory something. Ivory Rose Ivory. I didn't hear of her till today. But anyway, he was on there and he was being questioned about like, I thought it was interesting. Someone asked him if he thought Gypsy helped with the murder, and why wasn't he defending that? And he said he does not have what the prosecution has, and Gypsy told me she wasn't there, she was in the bathroom, he said. So, basically he was saying, like, I can't comment on that because I don't know, and he didn't have what the prosecution has. I mean, come on. The discovery's there, you can get all the reports on this, Rod. I don't understand. And he's like, well, and then, whoever was interviewing him was like, well, we don't know either. So, whatever. But I just wonder why you're coming on and defending certain things like this supposed fight where he walked out of the house and then he's defending, Christy and all this stuff. So, that was all discussed. And then they're talking about Lifetime, and they talked about like Gypsy and her mistakes. And he's like, well, I've made mistakes too. And he's like, Gypsy made a mistake. She married Ryan. That was a mistake, but hopefully, she'll learn from it. And I don't know if marrying Ken, like he was just all over the place. And then he said, but I've made mistakes, and, hopefully she loves Ken. And I just figure let her learn. And then they said something about the baby, and he said, well, it might be a beautiful baby. And then, when they were talking about this whole thing with all this stuff about Gypsy and everything that was going on, that's when he goes, Lifetime wants to pay money for it. So boom, there it is. Lifetime wants to pay money for it. They were in it for that, okay? They want a season 2. They want, Gypsy to be doing this stuff and getting this money. Then, okay, that's what it's going to be about. And they were questioning him kind of about Gypsy, and he said, what do you want me to do? You want me to treat her like she's 12 and sit on her like, I don't know if he said sit on her, but like make her clean her room, force her to clean her room. Number one, can I tell you, she allegedly left Ryan because she couldn't stand what she called the hoarding and the clutter, and she couldn't take it, and she was organizing. So why is she having, this is like the second time he has mentioned, about cleaning a room. So weird, okay? That's just weird. And the other thing is, he said something about that he's gone for half the year. What do you want him to do? It was just like a lot of excuses. And yet, bottom line, that I think everybody got out of that is bottom line, Lifetime wants to pay for it. Right? She said he reminded her of her mother. Yeah, that was a bunch of BS, though, Alicia, because we're finding out there was so much BS with, she didn't have freaking Munchausen's, okay? they were both in on this. Gypsy, after reading those texts, seeing those interviews, Gypsy was such a manipulator when she told Nick not to wear gloves. Oh my gosh. And we're going to look some more at this Dan fella. I want to look into him some more. Now, beyond that, there was another rumor that there's like a lot of turmoil going on with Rod, Christy, Gypsy, Mia, all of that. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. And there's a lot of rumors swirling around the pregnancy. So now the other thing that's swirling around is that, remember when Gypsy had to go meet with her parole officer, and she was that friend of hers, Bree, who played that phone call on a live stream, right? Well, she told her to lie, allegedly, that Gypsy said to the parole officer, I can't come in to meet you because I'm having cramping and some bleeding or something, and I may be having, and this is like alluded to that maybe something, I think she said the word miscarriages from the rumor I heard, and then it was quickly speculated that, oh no, did Gypsy lie about this entire pregnancy, and is she trying to get out of it now? Or did she use it as an excuse not to meet with the parole officer at all? And there is no truth to it? Or is she not pregnant and trying to go that route? So the other thing is, people are speculating all over about the timeline and the pregnancy. And the reason you see her with that mango, because she apparently posed with that when she was 14 weeks pregnant, and she should be an apple, it says. Well, she just posed 4 hours ago with a banana. So how we went from an apple to a banana, I don't know, unless she was just being nuts. But she allegedly deleted this stuff off of her Instagram. And people are saying that there's comments going and being deleted, and there's pictures being deleted, and that she has another picture apparently that had been on her Instagram. Let me see, hold on a second, which was, okay, we have that one. This one allegedly has been deleted from her Instagram. But there was another picture where she was sitting there with a What to Expect While Expecting book, and apparently she was getting a lot of comments, and so let's see what was happening here. Okay, so her post with the mango was removed, and they don't know whether she caught too much flack for the wifey t-shirt, okay, or what, because she had the wrong fruit. And remember, we talked about, like, there's some kind of a PR work list or checklist that was been going around about, how to give her a better image. And the fact that she kind of, it seems, thinks she's a celebrity, thinks she's famous, not infamous, right? She's infamous, but she's infamous for the murder of her mother. And the more you read these text messages and the more you see these interviews, it's scary. And it's scary that anybody's treating her like a celebrity, okay? Because she is, we talked about the people that did basically what she did, right? Mark Severs, who got the death penalty in Florida, okay? He was in New York State when his wife was killed. He wasn't even in the bathroom, but he got the death penalty. She was the mastermind behind that. She got the knife, she got the gloves, she got the tape, she told him not to wear gloves. She arranged it, told him it's go time, groomed him for this. And she only spent 8 years? It's crazy, right? It's just crazy. And it was all because it was another scam. Like, she was there as like a victim of Munchausen's by proxy, but she wasn't. There's no truth to that. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So let's see what's going on here. It says, our little one can now hear your voice. A lot of people are thinking there's something going on, that there wasn't a name, they're saying on her sonogram pictures, and Rod tells her to clean her room all the time. Okay, so let me go to the... There was something I just saw. Hold on. Okay, her newest Instagram. Shouldn't she have been better off posting on People of Walmart? Okay, because she posted that banana and saying she was 16 weeks. Let me see. What fruit is like a 16-week-old? Okay, at 16 weeks pregnant, a fetus is about the size of an avocado. At 15 weeks, an apple. 17 weeks, a turnip. 18 weeks, a capsicum. I don't even know what that is. 19 weeks, an heirloom tomato. And at 20 weeks, a banana. See, so people are saying that she is dating her pregnancy further along than she is. Now, a large mango is 23 weeks, and at 25 weeks, a rutabaga or a cauliflower. Okay, let's go to somebody else. So she just posted something. Let me see if I have it here. Jip, jip. All right, this one. She's posting a banana. Okay. And saying her fetus is a banana. Well, a banana, darling, is 20 weeks. And Gyp is saying that she's 16 weeks. So let me see here. They're not, say there's not many comments on it. Okay. So, I don't know what she's doing. I don't know if she's just trying to get somebody to talk about her. Like, what's going on with that? Like, you know, like Rod says, well, Lifetime's going to pay for it. Lifetime's paying for it. So, let me see here. So Gypsy. And then people were talking about like the surgery she's had, and which, you know, first they're trying to say like, could this be Ryan's baby? But she's had surgeries, and wouldn't they have tested her to see if she's pregnant? So I mean, it goes on and on and on about stuff here. But you know, here, you know, she's I mean, like, I was saying last night, like, what murderer do you know that gets out? You know, it's just like, it's crazy that people doing life. I mean, look at Lori Vallow. She probably never didn't, you know, she had people murder for her. She's not getting out, you know, and it's all because of, like, this, I think she, like, I don't know, everything that we've been looking at, like, and I didn't follow this a lot, like, I never went through the Discovery or watched the interrogations, but seeing it has just, it makes me, like, ill to see that, like, you're going to talk like she's an influencer, she's this, she's that. Have you looked at this stuff? Like, come on. It just looks like someone that scammed, was in on the con, and then decided to use that Munchausen's to get away with murder. That's the way it seems with me. I don't know. You can lay in on the comments if you think that's the way it seems for you. But that's what I'm thinking. You know, it's crazy. So let me see what you guys are saying. She pleads pregnancy a few times. Gypsy, that is so rude. Just tearing a banana off a bunch like that. Maybe she's insinuating about the D that is fire. Reddit has crime scene photos. Yeah, I know. A lot of places have crime scene photos. Twitter does too. Yikes. Birth announcement. pictures are ridiculous. She's still married yet posing with another. Yeah. Gypsy is used to being cash cow. It's all she knows. How to pose for pictures. So we can all agree this is just another publicity thing like the Kardashians. She got away with murder and it's sickening that she's walking free. Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? It's just crazy. So let's try to find out about this Dan guy. I want to find out a little more about her other boyfriend, Dan. Okay. Okay. Dan Glidewell. What a name, right? Dan, it almost sounds fake. Okay, let's look. Okay, so he kept in contact with Gypsy from, let me see if we can get a picture of him up here. I know he testified sitting by Nick at his trial. Trying to find if there's I don't know. We're not going to worry about it now. I'll see if there's something. But his testimony was that he kept in contact with Gypsy via video chat. And he said that Gypsy told him her mother made her stay in a wheelchair and have unnecessary medical treatments. He said that their relationship developed from friendship to a sexual relationship and they would send explicit videos to each other. He discussed how they role-played occasionally, and he refers to Gypsy as being shy and timid. He said he developed a taste of power exchange role-playing from her. He said she would send nude photos, dress up in costumes, and use fictitious names. He said that he was injured and that Gypsy visited him while he was in the hospital. She told him she wanted to go to Arkansas to restart her life. And people said Gypsy was forced into role-playing and BDSM from Nick. Little did they know she was doing it long before him. Okay, let's see here. As soon as Gypsy said Dan's roommate came into his bedroom to tell them Gypsy's mom was there, and Gypsy said it was like 8 a.m. the next morning, they were in bed. There was an actual Dan, they had sex. What other 37-year-old man would be in bed with a 19-year-old girl all night? She's trying to convince everyone she was technically a virgin until Ryan. She claimed no sex with Dan, impotence, and then R with Nick. So Ryan was supposedly her first consensual sexual experience. Wow. Okay. Let's see. All right, hold on a second. Let me see. Here's something about the Nick's appeal. And there's something about Dan in here. Let's see. Okay, so on Nick's appeal in 2022, there was a video of Gypsy as Ruby played for the court. In it, she's describing herself as the evil side of Gypsy. She is calling Godejohn her match. She's describing all the ways that they can be bad and commit crimes together. Perry is asked if he's familiar with the video. He says he is. Perry is asked if he played the video for the jury to show that Gypsy manipulated Godejohn. He said that he didn't, but says that the video does show that and that it should have been played. Perry is asked about mental examinations being conducted and admitted. Prosecutor Dan Patterson asked Perry about testimony given by their medical expert. He also asked about plea deals extended to Godejohn. Patterson asks about the evidence against both Gypsy and Godejohn, with Gypsy being the mastermind. Perry agrees. The judge asks about Gypsy being called as a witness against Godejohn. He states that she testified that the murder was her idea and that Godejohn did what she asked. The defense asked about Gypsy's cooperation with Perry. Perry is asked that if the murder were planned, it may not mean that Godejohn contemplated it with cool reflection, but through the lens of an autistic person. Perry agrees. Perry states that the defendant is entitled to competent counsel at all times. The public defender, Dwayne Perry, was called to the stand. The defense attorney questions Perry. He is asked what he remembers of the state's theory behind the crime, and he states that the theory was that Gypsy and Godejohn teamed up and deliberately committed the murder. Perry is asked if he knew Godejohn is autistic. He said yes. He confirms that he hired Dr. Franks to determine if Godejohn was competent to stand trial. He says that this is because of his mental condition and his history. He states that Dr. Franks' findings were that Godejohn has autism and is competent to stand trial. Dr. Franks also states that Godejohn has diminished capacity. Perry states that he didn't ask him to verify that Dr. Franks told the defense team that Godejohn had diminished capacity and went with that defense theory based on his report. Perry confirms that he learned that people with autism have difficulty with social cues. He said he was aware of this information prior to trial. Perry also states that the decision to proceed with the diminished capacity request was already decided prior to reviewing the communications between the pair. Perry is asked if he remembers that the state rejected Dr. Frank's review based on the lack of experience with autistic patients. Okay. Okay, let's just go. Dan Patterson cross-examines Andrew Mead. There was a clip from a 2020 program, Gypsy, Truth and Lies, and it showed Godejohn checking into the hotel. Gypsy's interviewed saying she took medication to calm down before the murder. Godejohn is seen describing the murder to an investigator. Gypsy's interview states that she wanted to stop the murder, but she was too scared. The video showed that they checked into a hotel, and Mead says that he would be concerned if a potential juror were to see it, it would sway their opinion. Mead is questioned about why he didn't question potential jurors about what media coverage they saw prior to them being seated on the panel. He said that he didn't have a reason why he didn't ask them. Another clip was shown, and it shows Gypsy talking about Godejohn being controlling and that she forgives him but no longer loves him. Mead states that he would be concerned because it was untruthful. Gypsy, a fifth program, is shown from a program called Gypsy's Revenge. Gypsy is seen talking about Godejohn, telling her that he would do anything to protect her. She asks if he would murder her mother, and he says yes. The video switches to Godejohn's Greene County Jail interview, and he states that Gypsy made it clear that she couldn't be with Godejohn if Dee Dee was alive. She states that getting rid of her was the only option. Mead states that he would be concerned if a potential juror saw the footage because it doesn't allow them to make their own impartial decision about the case. A fourth clip from Gypsy's Revenge was shown. It's Gypsy's account of the murder. She says how she wanted to stop it but wasn't able to. Mead is asked about his concerns, and he states that the clip mitigates Gypsy's role in the murder. A third clip was shown from Gypsy's Revenge. It shows footage of Dee Dee Blanchard's childhood pictures and interviews of her family talking about her. Rod Blanchard is interviewed about Dee Dee. He said he never met anyone like her. He said she stood out. Video shows footage of Dee Dee Young asks about Mead's concern for potential jurors seeing the footage, and he says yes, because it humanizes Dee Dee for the jury. Doodly-doo. Clip from Gypsy's Revenge is shown, showing Godejohn in prison clothes, and a clip of Godejohn prior to an arrest at a McDonald's restaurant. Mead is asked if he is concerned if potential jurors saw it. He said yes, because it portrays him in a negative light. A third clip of Mommy Dead and Dearest is shown, and it shows prosecutor Dan Patterson's interview, and young ass Mead was concerned about potential jurors seeing it, and he said he's not sure. Another clip of Mommy Dead and Dearest is played. It shows Dee Dee Blanchard's body. It shows Godejohn's police interview. He was asked about his desire to R Dee Dee Blanchard. He said it occurred to him, but he didn't. The clip shows Gypsy stating that she would rather have Godejohn R her than her mother. The investigator asked if they had sex after the murder. He says yes. Godejohn is asked by the investigator what that means to him. He states that he believes it's a consensual act. He states that he did bite her during it. The clip then shows Gypsy stating that she asked him to stop and didn't. A photo of her neck was shown in the HBO show but not entered into evidence. Young also asked Mead about the comment made in the clip that states that the murder was premeditated and it was concerning. He states that it could affect a jury. Another clip from Mommy Dead and Dearest was shown, and it showed Gypsy talking about her relationship with Godejohn. She stated the relationship got weird and that Godejohn started talking about BDSM. She said she didn't know anything about it. She looked it up. She ultimately agreed to Godejohn's request to roleplay because she talked about Godejohn's ex-girlfriend sending her a message about Godejohn being a bad guy. She states that she didn't believe it, but then Gypsy said she did. Mead asked about the clip and if it positively portrayed Godejohn. He said no. Mead agrees that the footage would not have been allowed in court. Okay. Let's see what we've got over here. Court in session, defense calls, attorney, and current Webster. Okay, so Godejohn's public defenders. Let's see what else we have before we go to that. Then we were trying to look for Dan in here, right? Okay, the defense calls Daniel Glidewell. He met Gypsy at a convention, and then he gave that testimony in there. Okay, so he is a real person. He testified here, Dan Glidewell, and gave that same testimony that we saw. Defense played a video of Gypsy Blanchard walking into her mother's bedroom and making a stabbing motion towards Dee Dee Blanchard's pillow. They say the video was instructional and it was sent to Godejohn. Wasserman talked about another character, Ruby, introduced to Godejohn by Gypsy. Text messages received the day of the murder contained more instructions to be carried out by Godejohn. The police investigation videos were discussed. Wasserman said Godejohn's autistic behavior was evident. Godejohn continued to say that he was worried about Gypsy. He said that Godejohn's reading ability is at a 4th grade level. The written Miranda rights were at a 6th grade reading level. He said that Godejohn would have had trouble understanding his rights. Wasserman said that Godejohn told him that he went to Springfield to talk Gypsy out of killing Dee Dee. He continued to say that Godejohn told him he argued with himself as he walked down the hallway towards Dee Dee's room about whether or not to stab her. Wasserman said that Godejohn's way of thinking at the time of the murder was to please Gypsy and likely panicked. The defense attorney asked Godejohn if Godejohn could have deliberated prior to the murder. Wasserman replied that Godejohn would have just focused on the task at hand. Wasserman was asked if Dr. Denny made any mistakes in his characterization of Godejohn when describing his level of autism, and he replied that Dr. Denny's assumptions about Godejohn's condition were inaccurate based on his experience. Wasserman said Godejohn isn't able to function normally due to his autism. So, let me see, they denied him anyway? Let me see here. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so he filed a new appeal in January. Let me see here. Godejohn is hoping for a new trial. Nick Godejohn confessed to stabbing Dee Dee Blanchard to death in her Springfield home in 2015. In 2018, a Greene County jury found him guilty of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life without parole, plus 25 years for armed criminal action. Last year, during his conviction appeal hearing, his attorneys didn't argue his innocence, but rather claimed that Godejohn was not capable of understanding what he did due to his mental capacity. They also argued that his public defenders didn't do enough during his criminal trial. Mr. Godejohn was alleging that the only reason he was found guilty in his jury trial was because he had ineffective assistance of trial counsel. His defense called on a neuropsychologist to try and prove that Gypsy Blanchard, Dee Dee's daughter, put him up to the crime. She's set to be released this month after serving less than 10 years for second-degree murder for her role. This is back in December. This week, Tyler Coyle filed yet another appeal on Godejohn's behalf. In his last trial, he argued that the mental state did not meet the requirements of first-degree murder. The jury should have, I think they made an appeal, the jury should have only found him guilty of second-degree murder. Coyle said it will be up to a panel of 3 judges to decide if Godejohn will get another day in court. If he would get a new trial, it would start over, and there wouldn't be any previous finding of first degree or second degree. It would just be back to a new trial. There is no time frame in which a decision could be made. The court could take as long as necessary. Four months ago, his appeal was denied. Okay, so let's see why his appeal was denied here. Background. Wait, this is not his thing. Hold on a minute. Nicholas Paul Godejohn, State of Missouri. Okay. Oh, I got it. Okay. Nick met victim's daughter through an internet dating site in October of 2012, and they began a secret online romantic relationship because the victim controlled every aspect of the daughter's life and would not let her have a boyfriend. The daughter told Nick the victim had forced her to pretend to be disabled in order to receive financial help and charity. By at least May of 2014, Nick and the daughter had developed 3 different plans to get the daughter away from the victim, such as they could be together. In March of 2015, the daughter paid for Nick to come to Springfield and meet with the daughter and victim at the movies, with the hope that the victim would allow her daughter to date. The meeting did not go well, and the victim hated Nick from the moment they met. I say this isn't true. Nick and the victim then decided on a plan that involved killing the victim. Between May 27th and June 10th of 2015, Nick and Gypsy, I'm just going to put their names in, send each other numerous electronic messages about the plan to kill Dee Dee. Nick traveled from his house in Wisconsin to Springfield, Missouri, and he was texting Gypsy as he traveled and informed Gypsy when he arrived on the night of the crime. Gypsy texted Nick and told him that the victim had taken her sleeping pill. On June 10, 2015 at 2:07 a.m., Nick texted Gypsy informing her that he had arrived at her house, telling her to go to the bathroom. After entering the victim's home and making sure the daughter was in the bathroom, Nick waited a minute and thought about if he really wanted to do it, and then he killed mother with a knife, and he and the daughter traveled to Nick's home in Wisconsin. 4 days later, the authorities discovered the victim's body and determined that she had died as a result of 14 stab wounds to her back. Okay, analysis. Nick's sole point claims the motion court clearly erred in denying Nick's motion that he was denied effective assistance of counsel in that trial counsel failed to act as a responsibly competent attorney under the same or similar circumstances by failing to fully investigate and present evidence from a qualified neuropsychologist specializing in ASD to support the diminished capacity defense. Okay, so let me go. We disagree. To be entitled to post-conviction relief for ineffective assistance of counsel, Nick must satisfy the 2-pronged Strickland test. First, to prove that counsel was ineffective, Nick must show that the counsel failed to perform to a degree of skill, care, and diligence that a reasonable, competent attorney would under similar circumstances. This requires that Nick show that counsel representation fell below an average standard of reasonableness. Next, Nick must show that they were prejudiced by his failure. Prejudice occurs when there is a reasonable probability that, but for the counsel's unprofessional errors, the result of the proceeding would have been different. Okay, so it says, even if we were to assume that Nick's trial counsel was ineffective for failing to call a neuropsychologist specializing in ASD, Nick failed to prove that he was prejudiced by that alleged failure. As the motion court currently noted, the expert that Nick claims should have been identified and presented at trial, Dr. Wasserman, did not testify at an evidentiary hearing that Nick's ASD prevented him from deliberating or acting with cool reflection. Okay, let's see here. So, affirmed. To all parties of record, attached is the order. Oh, stop. So it says, all judges agree to affirm and further believe that an opinion would have no precedential value. Accordingly, the judgment of the Circuit Court of Greene County in its case is unanimously affirmed in compliance with Rule 84. The parties have been furnished with a statement, so he was denied. Huh. Filed a new appeal, and then now he was. Then there's a change.org for a reduced sentence. See here. Okay, let's see here. All right, let me go back to Gyp. All right. Okay, so here's where we go now. Somebody said, let's see, what is this? Did we go through this? Pretty sure we did. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Yep. That was her interview. A lot of people are just, believe it or not, seeing the interview for the first time. And they're like changing of what's going on. Someone said, I have an issue that she doesn't consider herself a murderer, but she planned the whole murder. She stole the knife from Walmart. She left the door unlocked so Nick could come in and stab her mom. Who knows? She could have helped, they said. Sounds like a murder to me. Okay. Let's see where you guys are. I've had a hectic day. Let's see. I think we might just do some word cookies and go to bed. We're going to have our auction tomorrow. Depending on what the day's like, it's going to be when it starts. I apologize that we were not able to have it today. I'm so sorry, but just couldn't be helped. I'm going to do the word cookie here. I made 2 zucchini breads today. Oh, that was what I did. I made zucchini breads. I had to do a lot of cleanup. Then my daughter called with that whole thing at Taylor Swift. Took a walk because I was like really stressed with it. And then I tried to get some other stuff done. I have some scheduling of stuff to do, and just it's crazy. It's not enough hours in the day. Mentioned something to your sons today, and they said could be on to something. What? Scary about the Taylor Swift. At least your daughter is safe. Said it could be on to something. What did you answer? Hi, got to be. There is no food in Vienna. What? No, that's not true. That's not true at all. Where did you hear that? That's not true at all, got to be. I've seen the food firsthand. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. What if she's conning people about being pregnant and not really, but she steals one after faking it? I don't think she'll steal one because that's not going to be something she can get away with at all. But could she be faking it? I didn't think so, but maybe. I don't know. Lifetime movie right there, the Captain Alicia says. Yeah, I tried. There's no 3-letter words tonight. There's only 4-letter words. Only 4-letter words. Oh, prim. Yeah, prim. That's right, prim and proper. Prim. Oh, I know one. Shoot. Shoot. No. What do you got? Hi, Joanne Smith. How are you? Sips I've already got up there, don't I? Yeah, right there. Do. Okay, between H and M. Oh, wait a minute. Iris, no. Okay, we got that. Miss wasn't there? How could Miss not be there? Shims, I tried. Oh, Prism. That's a good one. Who said that? Alicia. You're very good, Alicia. I'm glad you're here. Okay. We need one more. Thank you, Joanne. That is a good one, but it just wasn't there. I thought about that one, too. Now we need this one with 6 letters. 6 letters. So we can get rid of one. Which one shouldn't even be in there? How about we get rid of the H? Prisms. Yay! Did it. We did it. We did it. Good job. Let's try this one, see how if we can do it really fast. Shoot. Oh, I did that. Hold on a minute. I can't even remember what it. Okay. What the heck? Deer. Oh, deer. Yep. Very good. Edge. Oh, you're good. Hey, 10. How are you? Are you having fun, 10? Edger. Very good. Wow, you guys are really good. Okay. Regret. Yep. Okay. No, we can't do regret. We need 2 R's, but good one. But how about egret, maybe? Extra word. Tread. I tried tread. Tree. Very good. Hi, 10. Thanks for coming in. Hi, Emmy. Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming in. 10. Greeted. Yeah, I have that up there up top. I get the one on the bottom. Let's see. We only need what could this be? Grifted? Greeted. We have greeted. Deer. Ja. Treed. Degree. Oh, I think that's right. Yay, very good. 10, you're very good. Do you play this game? Flo on the go. I've been looking for you, Flo. We were going to have an auction tonight, but we're going to have an auction tomorrow, and I think that puzzle mat is going to be in there, so you better make sure you get your butt there. Good job, everybody. Good job. We've got some good players in here. Do you play this, 10? Hello, Bucky. Okay, what do you guys got? Foal. Foal is good. Who's got that? Joanne. Good. Good job. Loft. Very good. You haven't been feeling too well? Too much stress? I'm sorry. So sorry. Toy, okay. Okay, let's see here. An oaf. An oaf. Okay, one more. Oh boy, let's see. Can only begin with an A or an F. What did you say? A-L, wait. Oh, alto, yeah. Beautiful. Thank you there. Alicia. Very nice. Where's 10? Where's Joanne? Bing. Bada bing, bada bang. Right? Okay, and we got gang. It's a gang. And now we got oh, in. How about in? Hold on. In. Oh, gig. Yeah, gig, Alicia. Where'd our other word players go? Word players, where'd you go? Gag. Beautiful, Alicia. Okay, one after nag. Nag, nag, nag. Nab. No. Nan. No. What would it be after? It has to be with an N because it's not nab. We tried that. It's not nib. Okay. And how about again? No. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, I gotta go because I've got a lot to do and I've gotta see. I've got appointments tomorrow. Oh my gosh. And I've got to see if I got to get my tires. So I got to see about that. Love you guys. God bless. Prayers. We'll see you tomorrow. Everybody be good. I've got to find how to... Jane, how do I stop this crazy thing? Over here, over there, over here, over there. I don't know which one. It's not giving it to me to stop this. That's the community sale. Community sale. That's tomorrow. I don't know. I'm just going to stop it from here.